What are unreal conditionals in English usage? Have you ever wondered how we can talk about situations that are not real or might never happen? That's where unreal conditionals come in. These special sentences help us express hypothetical or imaginary scenarios. They allow us to discuss conditions and results that are unlikely or simply not true. Unreal conditionals are made up of two parts, the if clause and the main clause. The if clause states the condition, while the main clause tells us what would happen if that condition were true. For example, you might say, if I were rich, I would travel the world. Here, the if clause uses the simple past tense, were, which signals that this situation is not real. In present unreal conditionals, we often use modal verbs like would, could, or should in the main clause. This helps convey the hypothetical nature of the statement. If you say, if I had a car, I would drive to work, you are imagining a situation that is not currently true. Now let's look at past unreal conditionals. These sentences talk about situations that did not happen in the past. For instance, if I had studied harder, I would have passed the exam. In this case, the if clause uses the past perfect tense, had studied, and the main clause uses would have plus the past participle past. This structure reflects a condition that was not met and its imagined outcome. It is essential to distinguish unreal conditionals from real conditionals. Real conditionals describe situations that are possible or likely. They typically use the simple present tense in the if clause and will or other modals in the main clause. For example, if it rains, I will stay home describes a real possibility. Unreal conditionals often appear in polite requests, wishes, or advice. They allow us to express our thoughts about situations that are contrary to reality. For example, saying, I wish I were taller, uses the unreal conditional to express a desire that is not currently true. When we speak, we often contract modal verbs in unreal conditionals. For example, I would becomes I'd, making the sentence flow more naturally. The subjunctive were is pronounced the same as were in the past tense, but its use indicates that we are discussing a non-real condition. In summary, unreal conditionals are a fascinating part of English that help us communicate about possibilities and imagination. They consist of two parts, the if clause and the main clause. Present unreal conditionals use the simple past tense, while past unreal conditionals use the past perfect tense. These structures are essential for expressing wishes, regrets, and hypothetical scenarios in our conversations.